Hey bitches, it's Nick Snyder, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss Jaclyn Hill deactivating all of her social media, as well as Marlena Stell from Makeup Geek addressing James Charles. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome, how are you doing? If you could please hit the subscribe button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are someone who has been here for a day, a week, a month, or a year, welcome back. If you could please make sure you have all of your notifications set to on by clicking the bell icon somewhere on the screen. Please know that everything I speak on in my videos is my own personal opinion, and opinions are not facts. And please do not send hate to anyone or any brand that I speak on in my videos, because that is not what these are meant for. They're meant for us to throw a little shade, spill a little tea, and have a messy time here on the internet. Jaclyn Hill decided to pull a Laura Lee and delete all of her social media following all the drama surrounding Jaclyn Cosmetics. A lot of people are wondering why Jaclyn Hill would all of a sudden delete all of her social medias, but judging by this response to a now deleted post, I would have to say it's probably the same. The response goes as follows. I deleted it because I immediately got hateful comments, and although everything I stated is 1000% true, I need to protect my mental state first and foremost. And I know people think that makes me a victim, but honestly, my sanity needs to come first. Jaclyn Hill is 100% correct. Her mental health does need to come first, and I can only imagine the hate and the negativity that she is receiving online cannot be that fun to see every day, and it can make you feel a certain type of way. However, a lot of people online are feeling that by her going above and beyond to delete all of her social media, she's trying to really make people feel bad for her and be like, well, maybe it is getting too hard for her and she just can't handle it. In my opinion, I do believe that deleting all of your social media and making it deactivated is a grab for attention, because you know everyone is going to be talking about it. People are going to try to dig further into the reason why you actually deleted it. People are going to think you're trying to hide something. People are going to think you're doing it for sympathy. I think that she should have just held down her finger on her iPhone, pressed that little X button on the application, and deleted the application from her phone and not looked at social media for a very long time. Since Jaclyn Hill has deleted all of her social media, people have been filtering over to the Instagram and Twitter of Jaclyn Cosmetics and calling her out for things like deleting comments and just questioning exactly why she would delete all of her social media. One person's comment goes as follows. Y'all are definitely deleting comments. I was looking at this thread yesterday and it looked totally different. You ain't got to lie, Craig. Okay, I must be out of the loop right now. I know that some people are like, listen, Linda and all that kind of stuff, but who is Craig? Does anyone know who Craig is? Can you please let me know down in the comment section? Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics actually responded and said the following. If you change from the top comments to newest first, you'll see all comments. We can't control how Instagram sorts the top comments. If you go to any post on this page, it is filled with negative comments. We are not deleting comments. I mean, honestly, new drinking game every time Jaclyn Hill or Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics uses the word comments in one of their responses. They also said the following. Not a single comment has been deleted. Which should be clear if you take the time to scroll through and read the many opinions our fans have. What is your opinion about why Jaclyn Hill deleted all of her social media? Do you think that she did it because she just couldn't face the negativity that she was receiving, or do you think that she's trying to play a little bit of a victim role in this sense? Please let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below, and now let's talk about Marlena Stell calling out James Charles. It is a well-known fact that James Charles and Marlena Stell do not get along. We all saw last year where James Charles threw a hissy fit on social media because Marlena Stell put out that she was working on a documentary with Netflix. In my opinion, when James Charles lashed out at Marlena Stell because of her deal with Netflix and the fact that she was doing a documentary, that was pure jealousy, because James Charles has spoken out before about how he would love to do a documentary on the beauty industry and all the things that go on behind the scenes, and he really wants people to understand why beauty influencers and influencers in general deserve the money that they are asking. It was complete jealousy that Netflix didn't want to work with James Charles, and if you know anything about James Charles, when he does not get his way, girl. In a 1 hour and 25-minute video from Marlena Stell titled Dear Influencers, she sat down and she addressed exactly how James Charles' tweets about her to Netflix and everything made her feel. Here is what she had to say.
Okay, so last year you guys know that I did a documentary with Netflix. I'm not going to give more details because honestly I know Netflix is kind of like, after I did that little tweet, I'll explain the whole story. I got approached, I think it was August of last year, August or September actually. So last year I was at my lowest point. The last couple years, horrible. When Netflix contacted me about this documentary, it was like the one beam of light that was going on in the midst of just pure garbage that I was dealing on behind the scenes. And so I was so excited. It was like this great opportunity. I was thrilled, went to LA to film with them. And so I asked the team, I was like, can I just post a little teaser just saying, hey, this is coming, just to get people excited? And they're like, yes, just, don't give any super details. So I did. Then comes completely out of the blue from James Charles. I'm so upset. He was basically saying, like, I've been working on a documentary for a while, which I had no idea of. I follow James, but not so closely. I don't know what all he's working on. So he responds to Netflix and tags them and says, let's make a documentary on behind the scenes and why the community is plummeting. I already have a full outline that highlights the faults on all sides in a non-biased way and a platform of millions that want to know more. Email me. So this is going on while I'm still filming with this team. And it starts blowing up. And now that I'm with the film crew, it blows up so much to the point that the executives of Netflix are now calling the film crew that I'm with, like, delete the tweet, take it down. I'm mortified at this point. I'm so embarrassed because I had no idea that this was gonna, like, there was gonna be some sort of, like, blowing it up, like, I was gonna do this documentary, blah, blah, blah. And so, to be honest, I was embarrassed. I was personally hurt. The last part of the filming, I haven't even seen the documentary yet. I know it's going to be amazing. They always kick it out of the park. I'm so excited. It's going to be a kick-ass documentary, I'm sure. But the last half of the video that I was getting ready to film, I was getting emotional because I'm like, this is supposed to be such a great day for me. It's like a positive light with the that I've gone through before this. I was devastated. And so I still took the time to respond. I tried to be respectful in the beginning. I said, I tagged James. I said, I think it would be great to hear about your input from an influencer side as well. I did not approach them. They approached me and wanted to understand everything about the beauty industry. It wasn't about influencer thing. And I know where this was coming from because James has been upset about that truth video. I'm going to say it. Hit dogs holler the loudest. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to be bold and say that because I never once said any names in that truth video for a specific reason. Talk about that in a second too. So it started going back and forth. I'm going to put up here the tweets that I said to James. I said my point is not to belittle him, but to state that influencers are just one aspect of the beauty industry. I'm coming from it, from my experience behind the scenes as well in front of the scenes. So anyways, that kind of all blew up. To this day, I'm going to be honest, I'm still pissed about that. And because that day was ruined for me. And I think what upset me the most was you calling me that woman. I'm going to say this bluntly. I apologize if it offends anyone, but I'm going to be blunt. I would never, even if it wasn't addressed at me, if it was addressed to someone and it was as public with the largest audience that you said, called anyone of any age that woman, I'd be pissed. That is so disrespectful, and especially coming to someone as myself who's been doing your job before you did, myself and many others like Leisha, X Sparkage, Pixie Woo, Wayne Goss, Nikki Tutorials, Candy Johnson, It's Judy Time. There's so many people that had done all of this stuff for free, did it out of the passion of it, worked hard to try to make this beauty community what, a reputable place. And for you to disrespect me for that and call me that woman, that was wrong. I'm sorry. That was utterly wrong. I know you said an apology later, but this is what really bothered me, was the apology came after I responded back, showing that I was really upset from that. So this is what happened. So these are some of the messages that happened on Twitter behind the scenes. Marlena, this is from James. I'm so incredibly hurt and offended by this. I also love when you ask me to message you privately, and I do, but you continue tweeting for publicity.
I just had to pause the clip right there for a second because I love how James Charles starts this thing against Marlena Stell from Makeup Geek on his Twitter, calling her that woman, and is telling Netflix that basically she shouldn't be the one that they work with because she's not doing it for the right reasons. And then he tries to say that she's just responding still on Twitter because of publicity. No, she's responding because your sisters are very out there and they would love to tear someone down because they think you're going to give them a little bit of attention, and they're doing it in your honor. So she has every right to sit on her Twitter and respond in a respectful manner.
I was not tweeting for publicity. I was tweeting to defend myself because you publicly not only bashed me and called me that woman, but you did it tagging the company that I was with that day. That crossed a line. So it goes on. You said you wanted to film a video with me, and I said, sorry. Oh, so I said I didn't see this DM yesterday, and I wasn't tweeting for publicity, James. They were responses to your bashing me. To be honest, you owe me a massive apology before I sit down with you. I never once said anything but kind things about you before you even well. He asked me to film with him to speak my side, especially after the truth video came out, and I agreed. Even though I was still upset, I was like, okay, let's try to save face. Let's try to bind together. Let's put this away. And I said, you know, I was trying to plan a time to go to LA. I'm not living in LA anymore. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to book this ticket, like, this needs to be serious because I'm taking time. I've got 2 companies I'm running. I'm busy. I can't just be booking flights to get down to LA. So this better be sure. But I was smart and I didn't book my ticket because I had a gut feeling. I was like, he's going to back out. So as soon as the publicity from all of that died down, sure enough, he canceled on me. And I was pissed at that because I had taken my time, not only one, to agree to sit down with someone that just bashed me publicly, but 2, who I had specifically said, don't waste my time. If I'm going to take that effort, book a flight, fly down to LA, take time away from me running my companies to do this, it's got to be done.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but I, for one, am extremely shocked that James Charles would back out of something that he feels is no longer going to benefit him in the long run, even though he already made promises to do a video with Marlena and address this whole situation. But I mean, in true James Charles fashion, did anybody actually think that he was going to do the video? And I mean, honestly, is anyone shocked that when Marlena said, hurt dogs hollered the loudest, or hit dogs holler the loudest, did anybody really think that when James Charles was sitting on Tati's channel and he was talking about how much influencers make and how influencers need to be paid because of production and all this kind of stuff, that makeup companies would have to pay for an actual campaign? So he thinks influencers deserve that. Did anybody actually think he was talking about some of his friends? No, we all thought that James Charles was talking about himself and he thought that he deserved $60,000 for mentioning a product in one of his videos. But also, I am not going to name names. James Charles is not the only one that allegedly is up to this $60,000 for a mention in a video. There's another influencer out there that if you do the first and the last name together, it comes to 10 letters, who back when they were smaller, thought that they deserved $60,000 as well. Let me know who you guys think that is down in the comment section. But how do you feel about what Marlena Stell had to say in her video about James Charles? Do you think that she was correct in doing so? Do you think she was looking for a little sympathy? Or do you agree with everything that she said? Please let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below. And with that said, everyone, that is it for this video. Please follow all my social media that's linked down in the description. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.